is Stefan Laxness. I am an architect by training and somewhat of a media artist, but I am also a researcher, and I'm currently studying community-led environmental restoration in Europe. The piece that's in the exhibition is a video atlas that shows different instances of communities organizing and collectively acting to transform the landscape around them. It has a eucalyptus clearing action from Frochan in Galicia, a cross-border action between the community of Frochan and the Baldios organization in Campo de Gerês, and also featured inspirations from other groups. And in parallel to footage from those actions, there is false color image, which is do-it-yourself normalized vegetation index difference image, which is a form of imagery that is used to capture the photosynthesis of plants. And these images are captured through essentially hand or home modified cameras that have been tied to a helium balloon, which kind of captures the ground where some of these actions were taken. But the piece really has two phases. The original phase was back in 2020 when the piece was made for the residency in Asturias. And the format of the atlas was chosen because the work felt very much like a work in progress. And so the atlas is a good way of juxtaposing what seems to be disparate bits of information and to connect them together somehow. A lot of people originally asked me, oh, why did you use a balloon, and what can you tell about the NDVI images, what can you measure with the photosynthesis? And I never had good answers. But what I did know is that I chose to use a balloon back in 2020 because it was cheaper than a drone. Balloons are less predatory, they're not proprietary, they're open source. And I realized that when I was going around through different rural areas and visiting different communities, that the balloon also offered sort of a space of encounter and play and openness with people. And I think the balloon is really like an object of exploration, of mediation with the landscape and people, and of play somehow. There are people doing amazing things under very hard conditions and who are against the odds achieving to do landscape scale restoration projects, often in land that is not their own, that they do not have control over, with little resources. And I think what I want people to take out of it is, if somebody is interested in doing this sort of thing, or somebody is already doing this sort of thing, or somebody even doesn't know about it and is feeling a bit down about the way the world is going, that they are aware that there are people that are doing things and somehow succeeding. For me, I think that is the biggest value that the piece has to offer in just making people aware and potentially putting people in touch.